to literally just leak right back out. If it goes into the main housing, you're going to end up pushing a lot of that dirt and garbage back into the system, and that's not going to be good for the engine. And then obviously you'll need just a soft bristle toothbrush for scrubbing that butterfly in there and just kind of cleaning up around it. So without further ado, we're going to get into that, and I will get you guys updated on that. I just want to be able to take a look at it and see what we got going here. Now I'm going to skip past all the boring parts in this, which is me just taking off the screws, so I will show you what screws need to come off if you are working on this particular model. You will need to untighten this screw here, and that'll allow you to pull this section off. I'm also going to take this clamp off right here, either on the top or on the bottom down here, just so I have a little more room to work with. And then also this screw right here, you can pull that off if you want to pull the whole pipe off. I'm probably going to do that just to get it out of the way. I'm not going to mess with this. I'll probably just end up pulling it off right here and just moving it out of the way. I don't think it's going to get in the way that much to be an issue that way. So I will get the boring parts out of the way so that I can get in there and show you guys what we got. Alrighty, so sorry I kind of disoriented you guys there. So I'm finding out is that this does not look horribly bad in here, so I'm assuming that the previous owner already got in here and cleaned this up. I can give you guys a view of that. I did find something else not too happy about, but you can see up in there it's not super dirty, just got a mild use. I'm sorry about the focus on the camera. So yeah, you can see down where like the rim's at in there. Let's see if I can get this focused a little better. There we go. So you can see there's a little bit of that gunk and buildup in there. There's a little more on the top section up there, but I don't think that's my issue. I don't think that's going to be what's causing it to stick. And then you can see there's not a whole lot on this side of the butterfly either. So I don't think that's my issue. However, the main portion for getting this off was pretty stuck on there. Pretty dirty around it. So I'll probably try to clean that up a little bit. This is my main concern right here. That is filthy in there, and that goes into my airbox. So I'm probably going to end up finding out I have a very bad sensor going on in there that's very corroded. If there even is a sensor, I'll have to look for one, see if I can find one. And then also the air filter itself is probably going to need to be replaced, because that is horrible. Very thick, very built up. And also, I'm not sure, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. Got a lot of oil around the main portion of the top part of the motor here. And so far this truck has showed no lower oil leaks. It hasn't got anything. It is sitting gravel, but even when I've had it on blacktop, it doesn't show any type of leaking going on. So I am not sure where all that is coming from, but that is a significant amount of oil buildup coming out of that. So I may have a bad gasket going on there, and I'm really hoping I don't. Yeah, so that's my bad news for it. I may end up taking this portion out and cleaning it up a little bit, see if I can find a sensor or anything. Sorry, my breath's kind of getting in the way, it's cold out here. See if I can find a sensor, and I'll try to clean that up. And then, it's just kind of a nightmare situation, as in I've never worked on a vehicle this old before. And it does have the circular air filter to it, with a lot of the stuff that I don't really care to get into unplugging to take that off. But if I have to, I will. So we're going to see how that's doing, because I have never, ever checked on this vehicle before. Since I've owned it now, granted, I've only used it as a Sunday driver. I don't really take this vehicle out a whole lot. It's just in the past 3 years that I've owned it, I probably put about maybe 14,000 miles on it, maybe. And that's pretty good considering how far out I live from the main city. So, it went from 135 to 150,000 miles on it, and that is what it is currently at right now. Which is where you normally start seeing little things like this popping up, little issues. But, yeah, it just, the guy who had this, obviously from what I'm looking at and how dirty things are in here, he just cleaned the very basics of it and did not do the best maintenance on it. Yeah, so I'm rather disappointed in that. And granted, I am one to talk. I have had this thing for 3 years now and haven't done a whole lot of work on it myself, but I also haven't driven it that much myself. So I'm going to try to get this cleaned up, and I will give you guys an update video, see how that turns out, and see what we can work on further from there. And I will see if that fixed the hard depression on the gas pedal. And if not, then I'll have a bigger issue on my hands that I need to solve. So then if that's the case, I'll end up either working on that myself and making a video for it for you guys, or I will end up taking it over to the dealer and letting them solve the issue. Now, granted, I've been trying to deal with this gas pedal issue since I first got it. And the dealer I took it over to was an actual Toyota dealer, and they told me that these older second gens are supposed to be stiff on the gas pedal. I do not believe that. They charged me an arm and a leg to do the diagnostic on it, and did not do any actual work for me. So I think it was just a matter of them being strapped for the time for the day, and they just didn't want to get into it. And they charged me their diagnostic fee on it and sent me out the door. So if I do get it fixed, I will not be going back to that dealer. Again, I'm not going to state where that dealer is at. Just know that it is in Washington State. And I'm not going to name the specific dealer for other reasons. But it could have just been they were having an off day or something. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Regardless, I still won't be taking this truck back over to them, because I know that it is not supposed to be stiff on the gas pedal like that. That's a complete safety issue. It's a hazard. It can cause a wreck. And I just know that's not how Toyota makes their stuff. So, without further ado, also another note is that this thing does stall out from time to time. It stalls out when being put into reverse. It has stalled and does have a rough idle to it, so that's what pointed me to it being corrosive buildup on the butterfly in there, and or the sensor being really gunked up, which, looking at that and looking at that, I would say it's probably the sensor. So, we will find out. Alright, I'll get back to it, let you guys know. Alright, so as you guys can see in here, I've sprayed it. It's probably about as clean as it's going to get without actually taking it apart. And I am using the, I'll show you what stuff I'm using in a minute here to clean this out. Yeah, not very much cleaner. I'm not getting a whole lot of this stuff out. This is literally hard scoring on here. And I don't see where it's sticking at all on this, so I'm thinking I might have another issue going on. But I'm going to give that a good scrub real quick here, and then clean it or dry it out, and I will move on from there, because this is taking me a lot longer than I would like to admit. Alright, you guys, so that's that. To get that all cleaned up. It's not the best, but still better than what it was. So as you can see, there's still a little bit of a gunk back there. Can't necessarily get all of that out, but like I said, that's not what is causing it to stick. So I am seeing where it does have a slate. Doesn't look like it's sealing up there on the top all the way. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments when you watch it. Other than that, I am going to try to clean that out, and as well as the main initial hookup for it, and see if we can get that going. Sorry. That, like I said, is pretty filthy in there, and that goes up to this portion here, which follows up through the rest of the system. So I'm going to try to attempt to take that apart and see what we got going on in there, at least for the air filter. And I will try to make another video on that and update it into this one. Oh yeah, and a nice big grease buildup in there too, so gunk buildup. So I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be all built up in there, and I'm gonna try to get it cleaned out. Brights on. We had a couple deer coming up here, coming back this way to go get gas, and running along the side of the road. Just don't want to run anything over. It's a little bit dark out here. Do is leave the truck on for a minute and pop the hood. Once I get it parked here, just give you guys the sound of the motor. It does have some other issues going on with it, but at the very least we'll be able to hear if we're having any issues with that throttle body. So I'm gonna just park it here for a minute. So we got a nice quiet idle. It's not too loud for a Toyota. I am getting a little bit of an oil smell out of it, but I think that's always been there. Just a second here. As far as that throttle body goes, that's all functioning how it's supposed to. At least not exactly how it's supposed to, but a little better than what it was. I am concerned with that gurgling sound I'm hearing here. Almost sounds like it's got suction or something going on with it that wasn't there before, so it might have been there before I started doing this job, but I think it's something that's recently developed. Just kind of quiet. I don't know if you can hear it on the video. As far as the battery, if you're curious about that, it is like barely fitting in there right now. So I gotta keep an eye on that. Other than that, I think aside from getting parts replaced, this thing's pretty old and it's all original. To my understanding, it's all original except for just a couple of pieces like that. So I'm gonna try to get some of those things replaced and worked on in time. And hopefully we can get a good 1,000,000 miles or so out of this truck before it goes down. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it helped some of y'all out.